well, FIFA. I don't know. The debate will always go on and on whether or not it should be there. Some people argue names like Jurgen Klinsmann. I don't know. Alejandro Sabella. I mean, he got to the final. But you know, you can't please everybody. So we have to move on. Let's look at big games in Europe. I know you've been monitoring the English Premier League. You have the fixtures, but let's quickly look at big games. We'll start from England, and I'm very sure we're going to talk about that one later. Manchester City will take on Manchester United. This is pick of the pack for me. Biggest game on, well, not really, doesn't carry the kind of importance that it used to have, but still a big game any day. And of course, Newcastle and Liverpool, both teams seem to be gradually coming back to their hotel. And in Spain, anywhere Barcelona and Real Madrid plays, so it's a big game. So Barcelona and Celta Vigo will be playing. Granada will take on Real Madrid. That's in Spain. In Germany, another big one. I'm very sure we're going to talk about this later on as well. Bayern Munich and Borussia Dortmund, and Mainz, a little bit of Nigerian interest in that one. We'll take on Werder Bremen. In Italy, another big one. Napoli will take on Roma, and of course, Parma will take on Inter. Some years back, this would have been a very, very big game, Parma and Inter, but not really as big as it used to be. And in Russia, pick of the pack. When these two teams play, the whole of Russia is watching. And of course, CSK Moscow, of course, you can't understand the reason why we're also interested, involves Ahmed Musa, and of course, we're taking on Zenit. So, quickly run through the games in the English Premier League for us, Kule.
All right, for tomorrow, Newcastle United will take on Liverpool, while Arsenal will open to continue their, the win they recorded last week, but when they take on Burnley. Chelsea will take on Queen Park Rangers. Everton will be up against Swansea City. All City will take on Southampton, while Leicester City will be up against West Bromwich Albion. And of course, Stoke City will take on West Ham United. And on Sunday, Manchester City will take on Manchester United. Aston Villa will take on Tottenham Hotspur. And on Monday, Crystal Palace will be up against Sunderland.
All right, and not too far away, in a week's time, it's going to be Liverpool and Chelsea. Of course, absolutely. I can't wait for that. But quickly, let's talk about Manchester Derby. Manchester City seeking redemption. We did get it. Let's start from there.
Yeah, they look like a team that can actually, a team of a big occasion. Though you want to say their morale is actually dampened right now with the back-to-back losses. They suffered in the hand of West Ham United, and of course in the Cup. Capital One also lost. They lost that game to. I can't actually remember the team they lost to right now, but they've not really. They lost to Newcastle United by 2-0 at the Etihad Stadium. You want to say yes, they've not really been doing very, very well. But looking at the game, they have the caliber of players that can actually get the job done. Frank Lampard will be missing in that one, as he's looking like Sam Nasri will also not be fit for that game. But for
this man, the picture should be key.
Yeah, Yaya Toure will play a very
if he plays well, City wins.
Yeah,
he doesn't play well. And maybe Sergio Aguero on current form will have a role to play as well.
Yes, these are the kind of players that we expect to to come to the party in this one. But some people are saying the game between City and Manchester United is not the type. Just like you said earlier, doesn't really not like that buster that we used to.
Let's talk about this guy, Wayne Rooney. If he's not injured, conflicting reports as to whether or not Wayne Rooney will play in that game. But of course, if Rooney and half-fit Rooney will definitely be on the field. But how much of an impact do you think Wayne Rooney will make on the game if he gets to play?
Yeah, a very, very big impact we expect Rooney to have after serving the 3-match ban. It looks like he's actually back, and of course they will also be, they will also have the presence of Ramadel Falcao in that game. Rooney is a player who works he's had out for in the colours of Manchester United. He gives his all, and on his good day, he can deliver Manchester United. And you know, Manchester United coming from that fantastic performance they recorded against Chelsea. You want to say yes, playing a draw.
Fantastic.
Yeah, they did very well.
Fantastic.
Yes, I tell you, even the coach.
It's just the word fantastic that I have a problem with. Good performance, yes, fantastic.
I was expecting them to be routed by Chelsea, but they actually gave a fight, and they were able to salvage get a share of the spoil at the death.
Good performance. Let's leave it at that. All right, let's move on the show. We'll take some of your tweets. You're going to be reacting to some of this. Adewale Alfred KKQ. I hope I didn't know your name. It says, bringing Keshi back to the Super Eagles is a big mistake. The NFF should let the king of qualifiers do the job, and we take it from there. Probably referring to our model.
Absolutely.
Schwab. Okay. Igboje Kelvin at Kelvin_Igboje says, I still wonder if we will also need the intervention of the president and FIFA to move Nigeria football forward. That's where we have found ourselves. I'm just hoping we won't get to where Cameroon is, where the coach will drop a player, and the president tells him return that player. Because at this player also, the president will say no. I mean, there have been many occasions. Paul Biya will say, put Roger Miller, put Patrice Mboma. Yeah. What's that name? Mboma is Patrick Mboma. Yes. So I don't know. I hope we don't get to that point here in Nigeria, but I hope that we'll be able to do things right. Let me see if we can also get other. I bet the says it's a shame only a truck from FIFA and the intervention of the president could solve NFF crisis. What Igboje is saying is, should it always get to that point where individuals cannot sit down and sort out issues until FIFA threatens to hammer us, or the president calls them and say, yeah, that's
what we are saying. Is actually spot on, if you ask me, because I feel that it shouldn't even have led to the extent whereby the president will have to
wade in
to resolve. I feel that some people, some of these men are actually stakeholders, and they have the interest of the country at heart. But we're surprised to see some reactions and the way they go about all this. But the good news is, good to know that sanity has been restored and our football can move on.
All right, so let's hope that we'll be going back to the courts anytime soon. All right, let's go on a break. Let's allow you to see what's happening in Paris. Talking about the Paris Masters. We're talking tennis this morning. Earlier we told you about Andy Murray. It's going to be in London. So we're talking about all the other 7 players that will also be in London for the ATP Tour World Finals. But let's allow you to enjoy how Roger Federer and Novak Djokovic were able to get into the quarterfinal of the Paris Masters.
Les premières manches, Federer. Septième match, Federer.
Septième match, game 7 match, Djokovic. 6-3, 7-6, 6-3, 7-6.
Welcome back. That was Roger Federer. As a matter of fact, the battle for the #1 ranking continues as Roger Federer and Novak Djokovic continue to progress in the Paris Masters. There are chances that Roger Federer might end the year as #1, but it would have to mean that Novak would perform woefully for him to be able to get past it. But let's talk about Andy Murray, signed, sealed and delivered. It's going to be in London.
Yeah, it's going to be in London. What he just needed to do to qualify for the World Tour Finals was just to get to the quarterfinal of the Paris Masters, which he actually did, beating Jimmy Grove 6-3, 6-3, and in that encounter. I was really very happy. And coming from the back-to-back, the last time he has been within the last 6 weeks, he has been able to win three trophies, and this is the fourth ATP tournament that is actually vying for. A lot of English fans and the Great Britons, Britons are very, very happy about his qualification for the World Tour finals.
I don't know about being happy. a lot of Britons see Andy Murray as a Scot now. And I don't know if they are really happy to see it. That's a good one for Andy. So, of course, today, I don't know if he's going to come up against a brick wall. He's going to be playing against Novak Djokovic later in the day.
It actually is inconsequential from my own perspective.
He's in Paris.
Yeah.
And Roger Federer will take on Canadian big eater, that's Milos Raonic. I don't know. Contrasting styles. Absolutely. One plays with a lot of power, the other goes for finesse. Where do you think the pendulum will swing?
I think Raonic needs to win. Apart from winning this game, he has to get to the final and win the Paris Masters, which to be in to qualify for the World Tour finals, and it's really going to be very difficult coming up against an informed Roger Federer. I think I still any day, anytime you want to give such a game to Roger Federer.
Okay, our party shirt, Kule, Formula One, and the FIA is talking about cutting costs. We now have two teams. One has entered into administration, and the other seriously in debt. And what do you think is happening? Maybe the spending issues have to be pruned down?
Yeah, I think the spending really has to really come down. I think most of these smaller, smaller teams have their budget for the year, but they tend to always spend, overspend the money before the year runs out, which is really very sad that Catterham and Mauricio will not be taking part in the US Grand Prix. The last time this happened, I think that we'll be having about 18 cars, jostling, for the US Grand Prix.
As a matter of fact, the FIA will be investigating what has happened to these teams. Why those two teams you mentioned will not be able to compete.
But said they will not be meting out any form of punishment to them. Yeah, but try as much as possible to cut down the cost of running.
That's the short-term solution.
Absolutely.
But they were looking into the reasons for the downfall of Marussia and Caterham. Why those two teams are in a financial crisis as we speak. But also, let's talk about the US Grand Prix as we get set to leave. It's hard to bet against Lewis Hamilton this time. But this weekend again, the drivers will be in the United States.
Yeah, it's really going to be very, very tough. Mercedes really will always be at their best. Lewis Hamilton, Rosenborg, these are the two drivers that you actually expect to make it happen. But of course, we'll wait to see how it will eventually unfold. It starts on Sunday.
Do you see anybody in the bracket of Nico Rosberg and Lewis Hamilton winning this race? Is it possible?
It's not possible.
So it's between
these two drivers.
Okay. All right. That's how we wrap things up on the show this morning. We hope that you've enjoyed everything we've been able to bring to you this morning. But of course, you can join us later tonight when we have more time on our hands as Talking Sports Tonight, when we'll take you on a trip across the world of sport. My name is Yemi Adebayo. Thanks for tuning in. See you again next week. Bye-bye.